Welcome back guys to our very own YouTube channel Teaching Vlogs. As promised, in today's video we are going to study about the stages of cognitive development given by Piaget. Like always, I have shared the link of the notes in the description box. But this time there is a twist. In order to get the access to the notes, you have to enter the password. This password will pop up anytime, anywhere in the video. So make sure that you watch the full video not only to understand the concept of the stages of cognitive development given by Piaget, but also to get an access to the notes. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. Piaget was a Swiss psychologist who was born in 1800s. He was the first to make a systematic study of acquisition of understanding in children. He was a major figure in 20th century in developmental psychology. Alfred Binet and Theodore Simmon, जो वर्क कर रहे थे to standardize their famous IQ test, Piaget was assisting them. He also got inspired from his observations of his own nephew and daughter. His job was to develop the French version of the questions on English intelligence test. पियाजे ने ये क्लेम किया कि कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट एक फिनोमेना नहीं है, एक प्रोसेस है और ये कंटिन्यू रहता है विद द बायोलॉजिकल मैच्योरेशन एंड with the continual interaction of the child with the environment. Let us now talk about the stage theory of child cognitive development. According to Piaget, children are born with a very basic mental structure which is genetically inherited and evolved, on which all subsequent learning and knowledge are based. After the development in the child psychology and the contribution by Piaget, it was very much evident that children are nowhere less competent than the adults, but yes, the children think instinctively different ways as compared to adults. Now there are three basic components to Piaget's cognitive theory. The first is schemas, second adaptation processes, third, stages. If we talk about schemas, Piaget defined schemas as a cohesive, repeatable action sequence possessing component actions that are tightly interconnected and governed by a core meaning. According to Piaget, स्कीमास बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स होते हैं या फिर स्कीमास को यूनिट्स ऑफ नॉलेज भी हम कह सकते हैं. हर एक ब्लॉक और या फिर हर एक यूनिट डिफाइन करता है या रिफर करता है ऑब्जेक्ट्स, एक्शंस और एब्स्ट्रैक्ट कॉन्सेप्ट्स को जो एक बच्चा लर्न करता है. Now with the increase in the complexity of the schemas, the mechanism of processing the information and understanding increases, जिसकी वजह से एक बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग और एक इम्प्रूव्ड परसेप्शन आता है. जब कोई भी बच्चा अपने परसेप्शन को पूरी तरीके से एक्सप्लेन कर पाता है, उस स्टेज पे हम बोलते हैं दैट द चाइल्ड हैज अचीव्ड द स्टेट ऑफ इक्विलिब्रियम, दैट इज देयर इज अ मेंटल बैलेंस. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, before visiting a grocery shop, a person or a child first prepares the list of the item on the basis of the priority and the moment he or she reaches the shop. He picks up the items based on the list prepared and then buying of items undergoes. Simply put, schemas refer to the building blocks or units of knowledge in which each block or unit is interconnected. Now these blocks or units refer to the objects, actions and abstract concepts. ऐसा माना जाता है कि जैसे जैसे स्कीमास कॉम्प्लेक्स होते जाते हैं, वैसे वैसे अंडरस्टैंडिंग इम्प्रूव होती है और परसेप्शन इम्प्रूव होता है किसी भी चाइल्ड का. जब कोई भी बच्चा अपने परसेप्शंस को एक प्रॉपर वे में एक्सप्लेन कर पाता है, तो माना जाता है कि स्टेट ऑफ इक्विलिब्रियम हैज बीन अचीव्ड या फिर मेंटल बैलेंस अचीव हो चुका है. एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे अगर समझने की हम कोशिश करें तो किसी भी ग्रोसरी शॉप पे विजिट करने से पहले कोई भी इंडिविजुअल या कोई भी चाइल्ड एक लिस्ट प्रिपेयर करता है उन आइटम्स की जो प्रायोरिटी हैं और जो उसको सबसे पहले बाय करनी है. एंड द मोमेंट he or she reaches that grocery shop, he starts picking up the items based on the list prepared, and then after buying the items, the further processing takes place. For example, getting the bills of the items that has been purchased by the person, paying the bills, etc. Now this is an example of the type of schema which we call as स्क्रिप्ट. पियाजे के हिसाब से जैसे जैसे बच्चे की उम्र बढ़ती है, उसका स्कीमा बहुत न्यूमरस और इलाबोरेट हो जाता है. Piaget believed that the newborn babies have a small number of innate schemas even before they have had many opportunities to experience the world. These neonatal schemas are the cognitive structures underlying innate reflexes. These reflexes are genetically programmed into us. For example, sucking reflex, grasping reflex and rooting reflex. पियाजे के अकॉर्डिंग ये तीनों टाइप के रिफ्लेक्सेस किसी भी चाइल्ड में इनेटली प्रेजेंट होते हैं. अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम, ग्रास्पिंग रिफ्लेक्स, sucking reflex and rooting reflex are already present in the child even before his birth. Sucking reflex is triggered by the moment anything touches the lips of the child. Grasping reflex is triggered whenever the child gets an opportunity to hold something in his or her hands, and rooting reflex is the one where the child turns his head towards something which touches his cheeks. For example, shaking of a rattle is a combination of two schemas, grasping and rooting. The second basic component of the Piaget's theory is adaptation processes. The first is assimilation, second accommodation, and the third is equilibrium. Assimilation refers to using the present knowledge and skill set to deal with the new objects and the situations. In general, it refers to using the present schema to develop the new schema. Assimilation का मतलब होता है present knowledge या present skill set को use करना to deal with the new objects या फिर new situations. अगर बच्चे के सामने कोई भी नया ऑब्जेक्ट आता है या कोई भी नई सिचुएशन आती है तो उसकी प्रेजेंट नॉलेज के बेसिस पे, उसकी प्रेजेंट स्किल के बेसिस पे वो उसे समझने की कोशिश करता है. इस प्रोसेस को हम assimilation कहते हैं. The second is accommodation. This refers to the need of updating of knowledge and skills in order to improve the existing schema to deal with the new objects and situation. Now please listen to me very carefully. Accommodation का मतलब होता है कि present knowledge या skill को update करना ताकि हमारा existing schema improve हो जाए so that we can deal with the new objects and situation. Now before talking about the equilibrium stage, I would like to give a clarification about the differences between the process of assimilation and accommodation. In assimilation, the child is using the present knowledge and skill set to deal with the new objects and situation, whereas in accommodation, there is a need for the updation of the knowledge and skill set in order to improve the existing schema. क्या difference है दोनों में? Assimilation में there is no updation, but accommodation में there is an updation of the knowledge and the skill set. Now talking about the third component of adaptation processes, it is equilibrium. Now equilibrium, as the word suggests, refers to maintaining the balance, refers to the mental balance. Now technically it means that maintaining the balance between assimilation and accommodation. Now assimilation and accommodation के बीच में जो balance बनाता है उसको हम बोलते हैं equilibrium. It is a force that drives the learning process as soon as the new information is available. Let us try to understand the process of adaptation with the help of this flow chart. The first step is assimilation, that is using the present knowledge and skill set to understand or to deal with the new objects and situation. Second is the stage of equilibrium. As I already told you that equilibrium maintains the balance between assimilation and accommodation. So therefore equilibrium is there in the middle of the flow chart. Once a new situation comes, there is a disequilibrium. What does this mean? जैसे ही कोई नई situation या कोई नया ऑब्जेक्ट बच्चे के सामने आता है तो वो एक disequilibrium की स्टेज पे पहुंच जाता है. अब जब वो disequilibrium की स्टेज पे पहुंचता है, then at that point of time he or she has to improve his or her skill set and knowledge to get the stage of equilibrium again. और इस process को ही हम accommodation कहते हैं. So as you can see in the flow chart, after assimilation, the second stage is equilibrium. The child then encounters a new situation. The stage of disequilibrium is created, and then we get the stage of accommodation. And assimilation and accommodation are totally interrelated. Let us now talk about the 4 stages of cognitive development given by Piaget. The first is sensory motor stage. The second is pre-operational stage. Third, concrete operational stage, and the fourth, the stage of formal operational stage. Now, in sensory motor stage, the time period that is taken is from birth up to 2 years of age of the child. During this earlier stage of cognitive development, infants and toddlers acquire knowledge through sensory experiences and manipulating objects. The important keywords of this stage are reflex acts, primary circular response, secondary circular response, coordinating secondary schemas, tertiary circular response, symbolic thought, object permanence. Now we are going to talk about each and every keyword in detail. First, let us talk about the reflex actions. Now this occurs in the very first month of the child. The newborn responds to external stimuli with innate reflex actions. For example, if someone outs his finger in baby's mouth, it will start sucking it. Second stage, primary circular reaction. ये स्टेज 1 महीने से 4 महीने के बच्चे में देखी जाती है. इस स्टेज पर बेबी बार बार एक ही एक्शन को रिपीट करता है जो इंटेंशनली किए जाते हैं, जैसे कि सकिंग ऑफ थंब, मूविंग ऑफ फिंगर्स. These are the intentionally done actions by the baby and they are repeatable in nature. The third is secondary circular reaction. 4 से 8 महीने का बेबी सेकेंडरी सर्कुलर रिएक्शंस शो करता है. इस स्टेज पे एक बच्चा प्लेजरेबल एक्शंस को रिपीट करता है, बिल्कुल उसी तरह से जिस तरीके से प्राइमरी सर्कुलर रिएक्शंस में वो करता था. The only difference here is that the actions are not only centered on his body but also includes objects. प्रीवियस स्टेज पे जितने भी एक्शंस होते थे वो सारे एक बॉडी सेंटर्ड एक्शंस होते थे, बट व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द सेकेंडरी सर्कुलर रिएक्शन, इन दिस द एक्शंस आर इंडीड रिपीटेबल and done for the pleasure experiences, but also here the actions are centered not only on his body but also includes the objects. The fourth is coordinating secondary circular response. Here the age is 8 to 12 months. Now in this stage the babies start showing the use of their acquired knowledge to achieve a goal. Fifth, tertiary circular response. This is the stage of 12 to 18 months. In this stage, rather enjoying the repeated actions, only they also start doing the mini experiments to see the consequences. आपने देखा होगा कि 12 से 18 महीने का जो बच्चा होता है, he or she starts playing with the toys and experimenting with the toys. तो ये वो स्टेज होती है जिसे हम tertiary circular response कहते हैं. Sixth stage is symbolic thought. Symbolic thought के वर्ड में ही इसका मीनिंग छुपा है. सिंबॉलिक का मतलब क्या होता है? इट मीन्स रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट. ये स्टेज आती है 18 से 24 महीने के बीच में. दिस इज अ ट्रांजिशनल स्टेज टू प्री ऑपरेशनल स्टेज. नाउ इस स्टेज को क्रॉस करने के बाद बच्चा पियाजे की कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट की सेकेंड स्टेज में पहुंचता है, जिसे हम प्री ऑपरेशनल स्टेज कहते हैं. The baby here can now form mental representations of the objects. In this stage, they get the ability to visualize things which are not physically present, but they know that they exist. This is called as object permanence. Now, this is the most important keyword that you all have to understand while learning about the first stage of cognitive development given by Piaget. Object permanence. क्या होता है ऑब्जेक्ट परमानेंस का मतलब? ऑब्जेक्ट परमानेंस का मतलब ये है कि बच्चा चीजों को विजुअलाइज करना शुरू कर देता है. इसका मतलब क्या है कि उसे पता है कि कोई चीज एग्जिस्ट करती है, चाहे उसके सामने वो चीज फिजिकली प्रेजेंट हो या ना हो, बट ही और शी नोज दैट यस दिस थिंग एग्जिस्ट. This phenomena, this process is called as object permanence. So let us now move on to second stage of cognitive development given by Piaget, that is pre-operational stage. The important keywords in this stage are centration, egocentrism, play, symbolic representation, pretend or symbolic play, animism. Seventh, artificialism, and eighth, irreversibility. 2 से 5 साल का बच्चा प्री ऑपरेशनल स्टेज में होता है अकॉर्डिंग टू पियाजे स्टेज ऑफ कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट. In this stage, the child starts thinking at symbolic level. That is, they start using words and pictures to represent objects. आपने देखा होगा 2 से 5 साल का बच्चा अपनी बात को एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए ज़्यादातर पिक्चर्स का और ऑब्जेक्ट्स का यूज करता है। Children do not use cognitive operation at this stage. What they do is they start thinking during this stage as pre-operations. उनका जो thinking होता है वो एक proper thinking नहीं होता, but yes, किसी भी ऑपरेशन से पहले उनकी जो प्रोसेस होती है, थॉट प्रोसेस होती है, उसको हम प्री ऑपरेशंस बोलते हैं। This means that the child cannot use logic or transform or combine or separate the ideas. पियाजे ने कहा कि प्री ऑपरेशनल स्टेज का मतलब ये है, इस स्टेज पे एक चाइल्ड थिंकिंग तो स्टार्ट कर देता है, लेकिन उसकी थिंकिंग में कोई लॉजिक, कोई ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, कॉम्बिनेशन या सेपरेशन ऑफ आइडियाज नहीं एग्जिस्ट करता। द फर्स्ट कीवर्ड इज सेंट्रेशन। सेंट्रेशन का मतलब है दैट द चाइल्ड इन प्री ऑपरेशनल स्टेज फेस डिफिकल्टीज इन फोकसिंग ऑन मोर देन वन सिचुएशन। सेंट्रेशन का मतलब है दैट the child face difficulties in focusing on more than one situation. एक situation से ज़्यादा situations पे कोई बच्चा focus नहीं कर पाता when he or she belongs to the pre-operational stage. This means that they face trouble in decentering the focus. अगर आप 2 से 5 साल के बच्चे के सामने एक के बाद एक बहुत सारी चीज़ें लाके रख देंगे तो he will start losing focus. वो एक चीज़ पे पूरी तरह से फोकस नहीं कर पाएगा, या डिफरेंट चीज़ों पे डिफरेंट टाइम पे भी फोकस नहीं कर पाएगा। दैट इज ही और शी विल लूज हिज फोकस, और यू कैन से सेंट्रेशन विल नॉट बी देयर। टॉकिंग अबाउट द सेकेंड इंपॉर्टेंट कीवर्ड हेयर, ईगोसेंट्रिज्म। ये एक ऐसी सिचुएशन होती है जहाँ पे चाइल्ड एक उस एबिलिटी को लैक करता है जिससे कि वो किसी दूसरे पर्सन की फीलिंग्स या इमोशन या उस दूसरे पर्सन के पर्सपेक्टिव को समझ सके। Egocentrism means that the situation wherein the child lacks in understanding the feelings and emotions of the other. According to Piaget, the egocentric child assumes that the other people see, hear and feel exactly the same as a child does. Piaget ने कहा ईगोसेंट्रिज्म में कोई भी बच्चा यही सोचता है कि जिस तरीके से वो चीजों को देखता है, महसूस करता है, उसी तरह से दूसरा पर्सन भी करता है। Here the child is unable to see the situation from others' point of view. Talking about the third keyword, that is play. Now this is the stage where a child is absorbed totally in his own private world and they communicate with others to channelize their own thinking. That is, they are egocentric. आपने बहुत बार ऑब्जर्व किया होगा कि 2 से 5 साल के बीच का जो बच्चा होता है उसका पूरा का पूरा एक अपना प्राइवेट वर्ल्ड होता है। He or she is totally involved. This is a play stage. ये एक playing stage होती है। यहाँ पे बच्चा अगर अपनी बात भी कोई कहना चाहता है, अपनी थिंकिंग को चैनलाइज करना चाहता है, तो वो बहुत ईगोसेंट्रिक उसकी थिंकिंग होती है। He or she communicates only to fulfill his aspirations, his needs. Now, talking about the symbolic representation, it refers to symbolizing the objects with the use of words and pictures. जैसे कि पहले वाली स्टेज पे भी ये वर्ड आया था, यहाँ पे भी इसका वही मतलब है। The only difference is that the children in this stage and at this point they try to associate words or symbols with the objects to convey their message strongly to others. इस स्टेज पे सिंबॉलिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन आ जाता है, जिसका ये मतलब है कि बच्चा वर्ड्स या सिंबल्स या फिर ऑब्जेक्ट्स को यूज करता है अपनी बात को बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग वे में दूसरों को समझाने के लिए। The sixth word is animism. By this we mean that the child feel that inanimate objects also have human feelings and emotions. ये एक बहुत important concept है जो ज़्यादातर CTET के पेपर में भी पूछा जाता है। The word animism means that the child thinks that the inanimate objects, that is the non-living things, जो उसके toys होते हैं बच्चे के, उनको देख के वो समझता है कि इनके अंदर भी फीलिंग्स हैं या इमोशंस हैं। Piaget के अकॉर्डिंग इट मीन्स दैट फॉर द प्री ऑपरेशनल stage the child understand that the whole world or the nature is alive, conscious and has a purpose. Pre-operational stage पे जब बच्चा होता है तो उसे लगता है कि सारा वर्ल्ड जो भी उसके आसपास है या जो भी नेचर उसके आसपास है वो सब अलाइव है, कॉन्शियस है। उसे लगता है कि हर चीज़ में फीलिंग्स हैं, इमोशंस हैं, और अगर वो अपने किसी टॉय को हिट कर देगा तो उसका वो टॉय हर्ट हो सकता है। तो दिस इज अ स्टेज where the child feels that everything in this world have emotions feelings, happiness, sadness, everything. So this is the animism. Talking about the pre-operational stage, this stage has total 8 keywords. The first is egocentrism, second centration, third play, fourth symbolic representation, fifth pretend or symbolic play, sixth animism, seventh artificialism, and eighth irreversibility. Talking about the seventh keyword, that is artificialism. It is a belief that the certain things in the nature have been manufactured by the people. बच्चों को लगता है कि कुछ चीज़ें हमारे नेचर में जो हैं वो आर्टिफिशियली मैन्युफैक्चर्ड है. जैसे कि उन्हें लगता है जो क्लाउड्स हैं स्काई में या बर्ड्स हैं वो सब आर्टिफिशियली मैन्युफैक्चर्ड हैं और वो मैन मेड हैं. Talking about the last keyword of this stage, irreversibility. This is the inability of the child to reverse the things. For example, if A leads to B and B leads to C, then the child will not be able to understand that A may also lead to C. This is the concept of irreversibility. For example, if I talk about the process of water cycle and if I try to explain the process of water cycle to a child who belongs to the pre-operational stage of cognitive development, he or she may not be able to understand the process of reversibility that is taking place. अगर बच्चे को हम ये समझाने की कोशिश करेंगे कि क्लाउड्स आते हैं तो रेन आती है, लेकिन वही रेन का जो वाटर होता है जब वो लैंड सरफेस पे गिरता है और जब वो हीट अप होता है बिकॉज ऑफ द radiations of the sun, because of the heat that is coming from the sun, the process of evaporation takes place and उस evaporation के process की वजह से again the cloud formation is taking place. तो ये concept irreversibility का बच्चे को समझ नहीं आता when he or she belongs to the pre-operational stage of cognitive development. I hope the concepts related to sensory motor stage and pre-operational stage are clear to you. This is the part 1 of the video of stages of cognitive development given by Piaget. In my next video, I'll be talking about the concrete operational stage and formal operational stage. If you have any doubt, comment down below and I will try to clear all your doubts. If you liked my video, do subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get the latest notifications about my upcoming video. I hope you have noted down the password to get an access to the notes, the link of which I have already shared in the description box. So I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy and never stop learning.